Hello natural beauties, welcome to my channel. My name is Nat and today we're going to do a get ready with me using a combination of some new products that I got during the Sephora VIB sale and some of my November monthly makeup bag products. So we're going to go ahead and get started, but I'm probably going to throw like a little bit of a story time in here too so we won't be so boring. But I'm going to start with my face because I don't wear a lot of foundation. So once I kind of get in the groove, sometimes I'll forget to prime my face. And this is the Lila B Glow Priming Oil. And I bought this during the Sephora VIB sale this year because, wow, that's really, really runny. You see that? But it is an oil and I needed a primer. And my skin does tend to be more of a dry to medium combo skin, I guess. During the winter time, my skin tends to get little dry patches, on my face around the winter time. And that's because I live in Texas, y'all, so it's not like, I'm in snow and 30-degree weather. I feel something popping up here. I'm gonna try not to pick at it. But so I mean, it's definitely an oil, but we'll see how it kind of absorbs. I'm having trouble speaking English, y'all. So, yeah, but like I was saying, I needed a primer. And, man, I went to Ulta today because today is, well, not Black Friday, but it's the week that Ulta started their Black Friday sales. And I just went to go, poke around, and they have Tula skincare on sale. And I've really wanted to try that brand because the wash, which is on sale right now, is a prebiotic wash. And prebiotics work so well on my skin. And it's $15 and it is really, really large. But I have so much other facial cleansers, so I didn't get it. But I hope I don't regret it because I really do want to try that because prebiotics have been so good on my skin. When you can like use something on your skin and be like, oh, that worked nicely, and that's what prebiotics do for me. I'm going to put this, whatever's on my brush, onto my eyelids. And I usually will do a brush for my foundation. And then I'll just kind of blot it all in with the sponge that I'm using, which I have just started using the same sponge, well, a new sponge that I've started using recently, and I really enjoy it. I've kind of stopped like dwelling on the fact that my sponge could have like germs and stuff on it because I will freak myself out. But I've really been enjoying this particular sponge that I've been using, which is an AOA Paw sponge. And, I'll just finish off like this. Now, I will say that oil, I feel like it kind of helped my foundation to go on smoothly. And this is the It CC Cosmetics. And I don't have any problems with it going on, but I feel like it did go on really, really smoothly. And I'll try and pay attention to whether or not I get those little parentheses right here, the lines. But it's definitely got a glow to it. Do you see it? So I'm definitely shimmering and shining. Well, not shimmering, but it's definitely got a shine to it afterwards. It gives you that dewy finish, which I really do like. Now, I guess Okay, we're just gonna set this powder for now, and then we will go ahead and do our eyes because I want to see how this feels. So I'm just gonna take this big old fluffy brush and just kind of dip in and just set like my middle face, you know, almost like my T-zone, and I am going on those eyelids because it's just a real light dusting of powder because it was so very wet, you know. You can kind of tell I looked really shiny. We're just going to move that over, and now we're going to go ahead and jump in with our eyeshadows. Now, I did not get any of these from the VIB sale, but I did pull them for my November makeup bag. And I have not really enjoyed, oh my gosh, I'm fighting with this one. I haven't really enjoyed this one as much as I would like to say that I have, but I would say that there are definitely better colors in this palette than others. So I haven't really used this purple, which is why I grabbed it now. And I feel like I'm having some trouble kind of blending that out right there. But, you know, we'll see. And that's the other thing with this particular palette. I feel like I do have to build up the eyeshadows. And not that I'm complaining, but you know, sometimes we don't have time to build up shadows. But these do have some really good ones in it. I am loving the orange in here. So, but I'm going to just go ahead and do my makeup, and I want to tell you a story about something that happened to me the other day because I thought it was hilarious. So we have animals in our house, y'all, and since the pandemic, I have been working at home, and I'm so incredibly grateful for that. And one day, maybe like, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago, I was at home and it was just gorgeous outside. And so I decided to open the windows. And one of my windows didn't have a screen on it. And I have animals in the house. I have more cats in the house than I have dogs. But, you know, I have several animals in my house. And so I was letting the house air out, and I opened the windows, and one of the windows that that I had opened, it didn't have a screen, so it was like completely and totally open, like, but it was only like this much, so no one could get out and nothing could really get in, which I have had stuff come into my house before, or like almost through the windows. Like one time I was going to close my kitchen window, and when I went to bring it down, I kind of moved what I thought was the curtain, but it wasn't a curtain, y'all. It was a snake. It wasn't venomous or anything, but I guess it had just kind of come down like from the roof, and the window just so happened to be open. And so when I went to move the curtain, you know, I kind of moved it and it just felt funny. And I was like, ah! So that has happened before. But before I continue, I'm going to use this Mario's makeup. This is the Master Metal Manipulator, and it's a mixing liquid. I did pick this up at the sale. Why is this so hard to open? There we go. And I was really intrigued by it. Now look, you see this little thing right here? It's like a paddle. And since it's a mixing medium, I figure this has to be what we're going to be mixing with, right? And so I thought that was really interesting. I feel like I have a cat hair on me because my nose is itching right there. But, oh, and on my lips, y'all, another November Makeup Monthly Bag product is this Zero Lip Gloss. But, so I thought this was really cute. And what I did is I used some alcohol to clean off the top of my Huda powder, you know, the lid. And I'm going to be mixing on top of that because I don't want to do it on my hand or whatever. But here is the mixing medium. And what I'm going to do is I am going to, let's see, should we put this first or should we do some eyeshadow first? I think I'm going to use this one right in the middle. So I am just going to, let's see if I could do this with one hand. Probably not. I'm going to scrape some of this. Let's see if we can catch it. Okay, so there's some of it right there. I'm going to get a little bit more and just put it right there. So you see the eyeshadow right there that I scraped off the middle? That's what we're going to use. And I'm going to kind of chop it up a little bit. And then I'm going to add the mixing medium right here. I'm going to just start with, let's start with 2 drops right there. And now I'm going to mix it. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, well, so I will say this seems a little viscous. So I think if I were to use like setting spray, I think it would be running everywhere. But look at that, it's not moving. You know, you see that? It's not moving at all. It's like a Dairy Queen Blizzard. You can flip it upside down and it won't move. So we're going to go ahead and use this. And I decided to use my cut crease brush. I have an assigned brush to cut my crease. That is what I think is the hardest part with cutting a crease, is finding the right brush. Once you find the right brush, it'll be easier to do. So let's see how this does. I'm going to start on my uncomfortable eye. And it's nice and cool on my eye. You know, I guess obviously it's wet. But there is this eye. And I mean, it looks really nice, you know? So what I'm going to do now is I am going to pick some more up on the brush. You see that? And I'm going to swatch it. Let's just swatch it, okay? And now I'm going to do the same thing, but with my finger in this right here. And we'll see if they look any different, right? Well, what do y'all think? You think it makes any difference? I don't know. I can't say that it makes a whole lot of difference. I will say that this one looks cakey. Can you see that? This one doesn't. Let's see if my eye looks cakey. What do y'all think? No, my eye doesn't look cakey at all. So now let's try the other eye with just a regular brush. This is an ItCC Cosmetics brush. And I'm going to go in to this right here. And we're going to go right on our eyelid and see if it looks any different. Oh, I think it does look different, y'all. You see that? The other one, it just kind of glided right on. I'm going to pick up a little bit more. And no, so it does make a difference. Y'all see that? See how that's going on? Now let's go back in with this right here and my cut crease brush. So I'm going to pick up this. There it is. And let's see how this goes on. Oh yeah, so that really did help. Yeah, it just made it easier, and I can't say that it made it more vibrant. Well, no, I can say that it made it more vibrant, because when I was putting it on with the brush, you know, I was building it up. But this just came right on through. So that's really nice. And it really did seem to make a difference. So good to know. All right, I'm not going to keep going because, I mean, like with that same mixed medium, because, you know, we are keeping time in mind. But I think that really helped y'all. Let me know. Have y'all used this? Have you tried it? Could you tell a difference here on camera? Because I do feel like it made a difference with me applying it, you know? Oh, so I was telling y'all a story. Okay, so I opened the window the other day because I was airing the house out, right? And one of the windows, it didn't have a screen on it. So there was a little area where something could fit through it. And right outside that window, I have a pear tree. I didn't get any pears this year, now that I think about it. But Yeah, so I have a pear tree right there, right? And it's not like right on the window, but it's like maybe 3 feet out in front of my window, you know? So you look out the window and you see a pear tree. And anyways, so I was working and I was sitting in like a recliner, like a single chair, you know? And so there's a kitchen window and the whole kitchen behind me, and I'm working pretty much in the living room. And I mean, everything's fine, you know. I'm stroking it. I'm in a rhythm. And then all of a sudden I hear like the dogs start barking, and then like cats start scrambling. And so I turn around to see what's going on behind me, and the cats are going crazy. Well, it turns out that window in the kitchen where the pear tree is, two birds flew in that little opening. They flew into the house. And again, we have cats, y'all. And I think at first they thought it was a toy. And then Pam caught the bird. And she's never had the taste of blood before. And I saw her face because the bird was going to another window, but it had a screen on it. And so it was trying to get out, and Pam full on intercepted it, like cut it off. She read the pass, she knew the running route, and she's like, nope, I'm picking that off. And so she completely got the bird, and I saw her face. It was like I saw her reaction the second she realized that this wasn't a toy, this was an actual like bird. And I felt horrible, y'all. I mean, you know, I get the circle of life. You know what I mean? I'm not a proponent for it. I don't like advocate hunting unless you're like hunting for like actual like sustenance, you know. So I get that cats eat birds. I know that, you know, but when Pam caught the bird, I heard the bird kind of like screeching and yelling, and I felt so bad. And it was just, and then on top of that, that was only one bird, because remember, two flew in. And you know what? I'm going to go back into this. Let's see if it's still wet, because I did kind of, you know, like cover over that when I was smudging stuff out. But so that was just one bird that I saw Pam over here, you know, attack. So while she and one cat are over there, you know, messing and eating with the bird, well, not with a bird, but eating that poor bird, there are other cats and dogs behind me still, like running back and forth after a bird that has yet to be caught. That bird stayed up high, you know, so it was like up on our cabinets and stuff. And I did not know what to do because they were knocking stuff down behind me, and I was worried about, you know, Pam and the beak, and then the other cats like going, and I didn't want them to fight. So honestly, at that point, I was kind of just standing there, and I thought about just going to the other room, but eventually Pam took the bird and she went in like one of her little spots, you know, and I mean, we all knew what was going on under there. But in the meantime, I was trying to get the other cats to calm down because I needed to get the bird out of the house, you know, because they're just knocking crap down, like jumping off walls and trying to get it. And it was just so horrible. And the whole time I was on the clock, y'all. So I had to like lock my computer and, you know, go and tend to this. And it was hilarious when everything was done and my nerves were just shot. And there were feathers everywhere, you know, like little tiny feathers. And one of my cats, Miss Kyle, she had like a little like goatee of feathers. and she wouldn't let me clean her mouth, and I was just such a ball of nerves at that point, because I was just like, dude, they were wrecking everything, you know? And so finally I opened the doors, and sometimes we'll let the cats outside, and they tend to stay like on the porch, but I couldn't worry about the cats. I had to open the door, and what are we gonna do? I had to open the door and try and get that bird out. And it did eventually work, and none of the cats got out, but I thought it was hilarious. And then, like I said, I was just kind of like a ball of nerves because, you know, of what was going on. And I had no one to call and talk to. Like, you know, sometimes you just need a break. My brother, he hauls gas, and, you know, so he can't even have his phone on when he's working. And then my son was in school, my boyfriend was at work, and I was just a nervous wreck, y'all. But let's go ahead and let me clean up a little bit, and then I'll be back. Okay, I cleaned up with my pound cake and my little sponge here, and I went ahead and got a head start on contouring. I went right in here. And we're going to go ahead and continue. But like I was saying, so I'm all nervous, right? Because the cats and the dogs are going crazy. And there's, you know, this bird in the house. Plus one somewhere that I can't really get to. And again, I'm on the clock. So it gets to the point where I'm like, okay, I have got to find this little bird that Pam has, you know, captured. And, you know, I've got to get this bird out. And Pam was just so far back in her little lair. And I was just like, I did not know what to do, y'all. So eventually I get back there, and I find the bird. And there's just like a lot of feathers left, and my biggest concern was the beak. And as far as the other bird, I did make my way with the broom, and I pretty much was running after the bird, and I got it out of the house by chasing it with the broom. And I was just like, oh my gosh. Oh wait, before I use that, I still want to use my cream bronzer, because I do love this bronzer, y'all. And we're gonna just use it right on this, because sometimes I feel like I got a really big forehead. And then we'll set it with my powder. Yeah, so I was just like, that was such a rough day. And I think on top of that, like the cases that I worked on for work, they were just horrible. But I thought it was hilarious, y'all, because afterwards I was like, dude, if people could have seen that, because it was just me at home by myself with the animals. And oh, did I blend that side out? That side looks horrible. But yeah, I was like, this is so funny. It wasn't funny at the time, but eventually I was like, that was hilarious. So then I had to clean everything up, you know, but I was like, never again am I going to have my windows open when I don't have a freaking screen. And then I was thinking, you know what? This is the kind of garbage, the bull caca that happens in the country. That would never have happened in the city, like in a rural kind of place. No, that never would have happened. But no, in the country, oh yeah, they definitely just gonna barge on in. And I was just like, oh my gosh. So it was hilarious after the fact, but during, I did not know what to do, y'all. And I was just like, man, if I had like security cameras in the house, I definitely would have rewatched what I went through. Now, as far as my lips, y'all, I did come back in with this Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Lip Secrets. And I used I used these two already. I guess I'll go in with this diamond lip thing. And I do really like these products. I think that this is an amazing formula. I really like the way that it feels on my lips. But I don't know if it is worth its price tag. And I think that as like a gift set, I do think that it's probably worth it. Like with this one, I got 4 items, and you know, I mean, they were really good size, and the lipstick was full sized. So I think that was worth it, but by itself, I don't know, y'all. But I think the other reason is because there is a Believe Beauty line at the Dollar General, and they have so many beautiful nude lipsticks, and they have a really good formula, and they're $5. So I don't know, I really love those. I need to go back. I haven't been to the Dollar General in a while, but I need to go check them out because like I said, I really liked their mascara, their lip gloss, their lipstick, and their brushes. Yeah, so, and their eyeshadows are really good too. But so this is gonna be my face, y'all. But I really do like this. I don't know if I would say it's worth it. I do think that it helped my eyeshadow to go on easier because you saw how I was kind of struggling with the regular old brush and just applying it that way. But this is $14, and you know, I mean, that is kind of adding something. So I'm gonna see how long this stays, and you know, maybe it increases wear time as well. So if it does a lot of different things for 14 bucks, that might not be too bad, right? I mean, but I do think that it helped my eyeshadow to go on easier. But I think it's going to be interesting with this little paddle. I think it's a great idea, but honestly, how many of us are going to hold on to this? How many of us are going to lose this the first week that we have it? So let me know. Are you going to lose this, or are you going to be able to hold on to it? If you're going to be able to hold on to it, let me know. Is there going to be a secret? How would you be able to know where this is and not worrying about losing it? So I guess that is it for me today, y'all. Thank you all so much for joining me. Just know that I am sending you positivity, and I hope that you are doing what you love, and I will talk to you later. Bye, y'all.